G'day guys, how's it going? I'm Aaron Whitnell, this is ACWSport, and here are my predictions for week 10 of the Premier League season of the 2017-2018 campaign. Starting with the 12:30 kickoff on Saturday at Old Trafford. It's the big game of the weekend, Manchester United versus Tottenham. And heading into this game, I honestly thought Tottenham would get something out of this game. I was going to go for a 2-2 draw. However, today's breaking news is that Harry Kane is ruled out of this game. He's not going to feature because of a hamstring injury. And because of it, I see United being just given the boost they needed ahead of this game. They'll want to prove themselves in front of the Old Trafford faithful as well after a couple of pretty poor away displays to Liverpool and Huddersfield and Benfica, even though they won that game. They did get back to normality with a comfortable win over Swansea midweek. Tottenham, on the other hand, were plain sailing, had an amazing week, but then obviously got brought back down to earth when West Ham came from 2 goals down to beat them at Wembley in midweek, which was a real shock in the Carabao Cup. Because of that defeat and because of Kane's injury, I see Tottenham's bubble being burst a little bit here at Old Trafford. Like I said, I was going to go 2-2, but I think it's going to be 3-1 to Manchester United now. I'm going to say Dele Alli to score for Tottenham. Maybe even for Tottenham to take the lead and take United by surprise a little bit. But I think overall United will be too strong without Kane playing for Spurs. I know it's not Harry Kane FC, but he's just such an amazing striker that it's really going to cost Spurs for me in that sense. I'm going to back Romelu Lukaku to score. I'm going to back Henrik Mkhitaryan to score, and also Anthony Martial or Marcus Rashford for Manchester United. But yeah, big problems for Spurs with obviously Kane being injured. Hopefully he's not out for too long. But I just see this in front of United's faithful, with the crowd really wanting a good performance from United and Jose having to go for it in front of his own fans. United running out winners in the end. So yeah, that's the early kickoff. Moving on to the 3 o'clock kickoffs. 3 is the magic number for me this weekend because I think a lot of teams will score 3 goals, as you'll see, just because of the way the fixtures have worked out. Starting at the Hawthorns, West Bromwich Albion versus Manchester City. I am going for a 3-0 win to Manchester City, just because West Brom aren't in very good form. City seem to be in unstoppable form, and they just can't stop scoring enough goals. I know they were held by Wolves midweek, but this is back when the game is truly focused and Pep's got the proper balls to play with. But yeah, I just think City will be too strong. I'm going Jesus, Aguero and Kevin De Bruyne to get on the score sheet, or Sane to get on the score sheet for Manchester City in that game. Moving on to Anfield, and Liverpool are going to need a big performance against Huddersfield. Huddersfield will come into this game full of confidence after beating Manchester United. Liverpool, on the other hand, they were humbled by Spurs, embarrassed by Spurs, and the Liverpool faithful will want a big performance from their team. They're a bit of a different animal at Anfield. They've only conceded 1 goal. I don't see Huddersfield scoring in this game. I'm going for a 3-0 win to Liverpool. I'm going for Salah, Coutinho and Firmino to get on the score sheet in this game for Liverpool. So yeah, 3-0 to them. Arsenal versus Swansea. Again, another game that I just see being a comfortable 3-0 victory for the Gunners. I'm going to back Lacazette to get a brace in this game and Giroud to also score. Again, Swansea have just been poor. I don't see them scoring. And Arsenal seem to, aside from the Watford game, especially at the Emirates, it's just an easy win for them, or that's how it tends to be. So that's why I'm backing an easy 3-0 win for Arsenal. Crystal Palace versus West Ham. What a massive game this is at the bottom of the Premier League. It's at Selhurst Park, which does give Crystal Palace a bit of an advantage. But I just think West Ham have got too strong a squad for them to overcome. I think after the comeback in midweek, West Ham will have more confidence about them. I do think the players are playing for the manager. I can see Palace taking the lead through Wilfried Zaha, but overall I think West Ham will run out 3-1 winners at Selhurst Park. I'm going to back Antonio, Lanzini and Hernandez to score for West Ham in this game. If not them, then are you? But yeah, 3-1 to West Ham over Palace for me. Watford versus Stoke. Watford was so unlucky to not beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge last week. Stoke have been in very, very poor form. And Watford are the surprise package of the Premier League season so far. So I only see this being a one kind of result, and that is that Watford will run out 3-1 winners for me this Saturday against Stoke. And yeah, I see Richarlison getting a brace maybe. And then I'm going to back Troy Deeney or Andre Gray to get on the score sheet as well. As for Stoke, someone will pull back a consolation, maybe Shaqiri if he plays. So yeah, that's how I see that game going. Bournemouth versus Chelsea. Bournemouth, they picked up a big their first away win of the season last week away at Stoke. Big win for them. But Chelsea come to town. Chelsea will be boosted by their performances in the last 2 games. The fact they managed to claw a result against Watford. And then obviously they beat Everton in midweek as well. I just think they'll go with a bit more confidence. They are playing for Antonio Conte. I think all the players want him to stay. So I think we'll see that with their performance. And I'm going to say that Chelsea will run out 3-1 winners in this game. I reckon Josh King will probably score for Bournemouth. But I'm predicting Hazard, Willian and Batshuayi to score for Chelsea. On Sunday, we see a bit of a derby. We see Brighton take on Southampton. And I'm actually going to back Brighton to win 2-1 in this game, seeing as they're playing at home. I just think the fans will be right behind them. It is a derby for them because it's the Coast derby. And that's why I think they'll come out on top, just because I think the fans will really be up for it and get the team really up for it. So, yeah, plus they'll be full of confidence after destroying West Ham at the London Stadium last week. So, yeah, I just see this being a big, big win for Brighton in that game. Leicester versus Everton. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw in this game. There's so much around this game. Obviously, Leicester have just appointed Claude Puel. Everton, the Unsworth thing is still being resolved. I hope they give Unsworth a chance. It'd be great to see a former player be given a chance. It's worked for the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid. I know, obviously, they're much different clubs, but I think it'd be great to see an English club take a chance like that. I always wanted to see Giggs being given a chance at Manchester United, and that may still happen at some point, but obviously Jose's there at the moment. But yeah, for Everton to take a chance on Unsworth, why not? They've got nothing to lose. They've been so bad this season so far. Just go for it. But yeah, I see this game ending 2-2, just simply because it's still a fairly short space of time for Everton to pick up a win for me. And I think Leicester will want to prove to their manager, who's worth playing in the team. So yeah, I'm going to back Vardy and Mahrez to score for Leicester. And I'm going to back Calvert-Lewin and Wayne Rooney to score for Everton. And then finally on Monday night, we see Burnley face Newcastle at Burnley. And I'm actually going to go for a 2-1 away win to Newcastle in that game. I'm going to go with Perez to score a brace and Woods to score for Burnley. But I think it'll be a big away win for Newcastle in that game. And they are my predictions for Week 10 of the 2017-2018 Premier League season. Please comment below. Let me know. Do you agree with what I've had to say and my predictions? I want to hear what your predictions are as well. So please leave them below as well. And as always, please don't forget to subscribe to ACW Sport. And I will see you again next week with my Premier League review.